Rap wars, spoken wars, entertainment.
We almost got down. And I got the surprise I had. I already slipped someone to go back.
Hey, good.
How's it going? Can you hear
Yeah, I can hear you.
and everything?
Because my friend is starting.
Yeah, I wanted to get into this. Your artist name and where you're from.
Sure. So my name is Briana. I'm Briana Plays Violin on TikTok. I'm from Rialto, California. Oops.
And
Sorry about that. All right, let me start over. My name is Briana, or Briana Plays Violin on TikTok, and I'm from Rialto, California.
Oh,
Sorry, cutting out. I played a little bit as a kid for about 3 or 4 years, and I hadn't played in about 20 years. When I was 33, I picked it up again, and so I've been playing pretty much nonstop ever since then. I'm 34 right now, so not that long, but just for the past like 9 months to a year, I've been really putting in the hours for it.
like always wanting to be a part of.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I can't understand you.
Hold on, give me one. Let me fix this up real quick. And then let's keep fucking.
yes. So you kind of like that. Things that. Yeah.
Can you hear me on your end?
A little bit shaky still.
Oh yeah, let's keep going back in and out. Give me like 1 minute and I'll fix this connection real quick.
Okay.
Get it back on.
You wanna send me another link later?
But like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
problem.
you can stay on real quick. I'm gonna get this
Okay.
going. Hold on.
And I'm not even on it, though.
Yeah. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Oh, all right.
Oh yeah, so I played a little bit as a kid, and then when I about like 9 months ago, I like woke up one day just super inspired and decided to play violin. And since then, it's like I haven't been able to stop playing at all. It's just woke up inside me. Oh, I forgot where. Yeah,
Let's keep going back and forth.
you want to try again later?
Yeah, if it doesn't work right now, we can. But yeah,
Mm, yeah. So I've just been like playing
okay,
nonstop. Yeah, cutting in and out.
okay. So what um,
Um,
playing?
My son actually he wanted to play one day. He's in elementary school and he played for about 2 weeks and hated it. And so I was left with this violin that like I didn't know what to do with. So I was like, might as well learn, right? Might as well relearn. And I started playing again. My boyfriend is a composer and a producer, so he gave me a lot of pointers, and it just completely changed my life completely. And now I just can't stop playing.
Okay. So your husband does beats?
Yeah, and he's a composer and a producer. So I actually started learning how to compose too. So now I'm composing for violin.
Okay. So did you always like know how to like play the violin, or were you taught it or early?
Um, I had a few lessons when I was younger, and I was so bad at it. I hated it when I was a kid. Like I just didn't get it. It wasn't fun. It was a chore, and so I just stopped playing. And then when I started again, like 6 9 months ago, like it's just like it's the most fun thing I can possibly do now. So it's just like there's just something to be said about like how you mature and grow into instruments because I definitely wasn't ready for it as a kid. And I think now I am. Like people give up on instruments, but like they can pull around.
Right, right. So you learned it like on what was that? You said you learned it early on how to play the violin, or you taught
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah, yeah. So I got the basics down as a kid, and when I started playing again, I actually started taking lessons from a TikTok influencer named Pajon. He's a trap violinist, and but
Okay.
I just wanted him to teach me like how to like play like with style, with soul. Like how do you play like that? And so that's what I've been working on, and just learning how to play like how people want to hear instead of super classical
Right,
or boring. Like I want to play cool shit that people want to listen to, and so that's what I'm trying to do now.
right, right. I feel that. For that. I wanted to get like into like where'd you grow up as like where were you born?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Inland Empire. You're from LA, like you know where that is. So it's like right by. It's like
Yes.
LA's like ugly cousin. That's where I grew up in Southern California. Yeah, just super Hispanic area, normal. And then I grew up and I joined the military. I traveled around a little bit, and then I ended up coming back to be with my parents and my family.
Okay. So you joined the military at 18, or?
Mhm. Yeah, I was like, I, I needed to get out of here for a while, you know. It's a rough neighborhood, so I just wanted to explore a little bit, and then I came back and it got gentrified, so I was like, perfect, time for me to move back.
Right. So was it when you before you joined the military, um, you were back home? How was it growing up in that area? Like you were growing up in?
It was rough. Like I was always a dork kid, so I didn't fit in. Like there was like drive-bys and stuff, and like you just kind of learn to put your head down and deal with stuff, find stuff to
Oh,
do.
you said it was
But
in Los Angeles, right? You're
the
located.
Inland Empire, like 30 minutes out of LA.
Oh, okay.
So it's like not LA. It's like even. It's like all the bad things of LA and none of the good things.
Right.
But yeah, but it's home. You know what can you do?
So the
Yeah,
IE was
mhm.
the IE was you would say the same as LA, as in like it was violent, the same amount of violence.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's a lot better now, but back then you just kind of keep your head down. Like as a kid, what are you gonna do? So
Right.
I got into books and playing violin for a while, and then I left, and then I came back, and it's a lot better now. It's nice now. Well, not nice. It's a lot better now.
Yeah. So that. And while you were at school, did you get like good grades while you were in there?
Yeah, when I was
Would
in
you
high
say you
school,
were a good student?
I was a good student, and then because I really wanted to get out, so I put all my energy into that. And then when I couldn't get into a good school, I was like, well, I guess it's the military for me then. So that's what I did, and then yeah, I just left, and now I'm ready to leave again, but I'm still here for now.
Yeah. So okay. So you just wanted to get it done already. So just pass. So you just wanted to like get your grades up. So you were just focused on that. You weren't really focused on the drama outside of that and all that.
No, no, I moved around a lot too, so like I didn't have time to have friends because I kept moving. So I was just like, you just is how
I got you. Correct. So all right. And did you ever get into like any incidents like with the police or with people fights?
no, no, I waited till I was older for that.
Okay. So when did you start like in your family? Was anyone listening to music, like doing music, like while you were growing up? Any of your
Yeah.
friends?
So my family is all musical. My dad plays guitar. My brothers play drums and bass. And I was kind of odd one out because I played violin, but I didn't care about music the way they did. And it wasn't until I started playing again that I started like understanding why they liked it so much and like what I was missing out on by not just listening to music the way they did or playing it the way they did.
Okay. So did anyone like inspire you to do music, like to like write? Start doing your own music.
Yeah, so like I said, my boyfriend, he's a producer, and he really pushed me to start playing again. And he really inspired me to start playing again. What inspired me to really like love how to play is, like I said, my mentor. His name Clayjon. He's on TikTok. It's just like understanding that you can make music and play violin, like, and be like amazing and like blow people's minds still. Like the way he does it is through trap and TikTok, but like and trap and violin, but
Oh,
like there's so many other ways that like to make people interested in music again and make people interested in instruments like violin again. There's just so much creative ways to use it, and like that's what I want to do. I want to use violin in a really creative way that makes people respect like how fucking awesome the tool is, the
right.
instrument is. That's my
Yeah,
goal.
you want to take it to like a whole nother level.
Yeah,
So
it's not just for like Beethoven. It's not just for like boring stuff. Like it could be cool. It could blow your
right,
mind.
right. So you said you were saying something about trap violin.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's
That's what
what.
you
Yeah,
said that
that's what
your
my mentor
husband.
plays. My mentor.
Oh, okay.
That's, that's what he plays. What I've been talking to him about lately is punk violin and like how that could be used. 'Cause I'm a big fan of like old school punk.
Yeah.
Um, So I was like, how can I mix those two? So that's what we're kind of talking about now. And like, is there
Yeah,
a way
that's
to
what,
do it? It sounds crazy, but like, so does trap violin, and he did it. So maybe
yeah,
I could do it too.
like create your own genre for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that. So, what was like the first time you like started like playing an instrument, like any
Um,
type of instrument?
Violin's really the only thing I messed with, because when I first started playing when I was a kid, I hated it. I was like, I don't like music. I don't get it. I don't understand the instruments. And so that's really all I did. And like for most of my life, I told everyone like I'm not musical. I'm so embarrassed about this. I don't get music. I'll never get it. And then yeah, and then last year just completely like blew my mind as far as like what music can do for me.
One sec. Yeah, you just kind of cut off a little bit. Well, yeah, if you could keep like your phone in like one spot or whatever. So
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm holding it.
yeah, I think the connection is because the distance. Yeah, are we back? Or yeah, as you were saying.
Was about which part? Sorry, I'm not sure what cut off.
Um, yeah, we were talking about the first instrument that you started playing.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's just violin, and I hated it at first. I hated it so much, but it just took a while to grow on me, I think. I wasn't ready for it as a kid.
Oh, okay. So it grew on you, so you didn't really like it at all. It wasn't really
No.
a thing. So what were you more into, like growing up?
I was just a reader. That's all I did as a kid. As just growing up, I read a lot, and then yeah, I was just not into music until the past year or so.
Oh, okay. For that. So, um, did anyone like, did you have like anyone that you would listen to while growing up that were like big in the game, like playing violin and all that?
I guess my biggest inspiration growing up was his name was Boyd Tinsley from Dave Matthews Band. He's like the only famous violinist I knew, so I would like take out his pictures and put them all over my walls. And like he's like this big muscular black dude with dreads, and I was this dorky like mixed skin girl that's like 5 foot, and I just love this guy. And I had pictures all over my room, and he was just like the most folksy blues like rock violinist, and like the only one I knew that wasn't doing, classical stuff. So I really liked it. I still listen. I still listen to Dave Matthews Band today, but yeah,
So
he was
he
my
was
first inspiration.
oh, so he was pretty much the only one doing it at that
Mm.
time.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he pretty much like inspired you too. I feel that.
yeah, yeah. It really kept violin in the back of my mind as like something that could be something more than what people expect from it.
Right, right. Yeah. So when once you got out of school and then you hit the military, how was that experience like going into the military?
Oh man, it was terrible. I was such a shy, quiet kid, and like it's such a different. I was in the Navy. I was a sonar technician, so I was hunting for submarines, and I got deployed to the Middle East. That was super scary. I had guns pointed at me by the Iraqis. By the Iraqis, that was scary. And then I spent a couple years out there, and then came back ready for a 9 to 5. I was tired of that, and so I got my boring job now, and it's a lot better.
Oh, okay. So you didn't like the experience there. It's like you just wanted to come back home.
Yeah, I mean, it teaches you a lot, you know. I don't regret my experience, but like, was it fun? Nah. Would I want my son to do it? No. But I taught me it taught me how to speak up for myself a lot more than I did before, and that's a lesson I needed to learn.
For that. So in the army,
Maybe.
did you was there like did you get into like more music while being in the army? Like I don't know, like being around other people from different like
It
places.
it definitely like opened me up to other types of genres that I listened to before, um, I never really listened to East Coast rap before, so that's something I was exposed to. And then stuff like country, like all of a sudden you're surrounded by all these different people of all these different backgrounds, and like they like it really showed me more than what I grew up with. Especially like I grew up super. My parents were super religious, so like I didn't get to listen to a lot of music. So I went over there, like it's just like you're just surrounded by everything, and everyone's playing their music real loud, and no one cares. I'm over here like trying to like turn up my
Yeah,
sweetness on listen to their stuff, but like it definitely makes you learn a lot about other people and different types of genres of music. Especially like so many people don't listen to like what's on the radio, so you get to learn a lot. And like, what do people from Arkansas listen to? Like, no one knows, except I got to learn that because I met someone from there. Right. No, like, because there's no room on ships, so no one could bring anything. Like, all you had was like whatever was on your MP3 player at the time, and that's all you had for 9 months at a time. So you got definitely had to come to deployments like pre-prepared with all your stuff ready and be prepared to any new music. Uh, but it definitely made you like pay attention to what you want, what you liked, because you got to be prepared. You don't get a chance to download new music when you're at sea. Um, yeah, so my ship, I don't know if you remember, but it was when Haiti had the earthquake. My ship was the first ship to get there to do aid, and that was really hard. And like, just seeing all like the bodies and stuff, seeing like the real destruction of it, it really, it really puts things in perspective for you. And that happened when I was 18, and to see all that as a teenager, it really impacts the way you see things. After that, I went to the Middle East a few months later, and while I was crossing through the straits, I was standing watch on the 50 calibers, and some Iraqis that were like on either side of like the strait, they pulled guns out at me and they started screaming at me. And I had no idea what they're saying, obviously, like, and so all I could do was like keep my bulletproof vest on, keep my hard hat on, and like pray they didn't do anything. They circled the ship for hours. It was the middle of summer. It was like sun was beating down on us. We just couldn't move though. Like we weren't allowed to move, so we just stood there for hours. Finally, they just left. But man, that's another thing that messes with your head. Like you don't expect it. Uh,
yeah.
so
So where was that at?
that was going
That
through.
that all took place.
That was all in the Middle East, going through the Straits of Hormuz. So it's just like
Oh,
the
okay.
little strait to go into the Persian Gulf from the sea. Oh man, that's a scary place. I don't want to go there again.
Okay. So it could have all went wrong real quick.
Yeah.
Something that went
Yeah.
down.
When there's people in like another language screaming at you with guns pointed at your head, like it's just like, man, what did I sign up for? I guess San Bernardino wasn't really that bad.
So, how long did you end up staying in the army for?
I was in the Navy for 3 years.
Oh, okay. And while you were there, did you get like any friendships you made like
Yeah, that's where I met my baby
that you
daddy.
have
I
till
guess
now?
that counts. Yeah, so I met my son's dad there. We got married. But yeah, I mean, you just like everyone I still talk to. Like it's you like you really become family. There's so many people I'll like just reach out to them randomly now. It's been 10 years since I've seen any of them, and like I know I could count on them for anything. So that's like part of it. You miss them a lot, but it's also nice to like be away from them.
Right. So you met your husband in the army. How did you guys meet up while being in there?
We were both in the Navy, and we were both
Like how
sonar
was the
techs.
encounter?
Yeah, so we were both sonar techs, so we worked in the same department. And yeah, he was my boss. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, and yeah, that's just how we met. He's actually a big musician. He loves guitar, but I hated it at the time. So mhm. A little bit. I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, are we back? Oh, yeah, we might have to start this over. Um, yeah, yeah. We back.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can hear you a little.
Okay, okay, good.
Yeah, I was kind of getting disconnected.
Oh, okay.
We back. We back. All right. So yeah, we were getting. You met your husband right there.
Mm-hmm. Well, ex-husband now.
Huh?
Ex-husband now.
Oh, ex-husband. Yeah. So you guys met, and it was doing some
Um,
music.
we have the same job, so that's where we met. He was my boss. Yeah, but he's a
All right.
musician. He likes guitar. Yeah.
All right. All right. And then when you got out the military, you moved back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel like things changed?
Yeah,
Was
yeah. It's
everything
so
still the
different.
same?
It's so different now. Like like the area is so different, and like the vibe is so different. Like it's really becoming gentrified now over here. So it's crazy. And like just coming back and like having a good job and being able to like I like coming in with more empathy for like the people around me too. It's been really cool. Uh, I like it here now. I like especially like California. I just love California in general, and like moving other places made me really appreciate like how great California is. And like
Right.
my area
Yeah.
might not be great, but like it's worth like every day I look out at the mountains, snow-capped mountains, and like it's beautiful. Like couldn't pay me to live anywhere else at this point. So I really like moving away and like all that's like from the military made me really appreciate like how amazing California is. Especially with all this like crazy political stuff going on. Like, nah, I'm safe
Yeah.
here. Like I'm not moving anywhere else. Who knows what'll happen.
Yeah. It's better than being like out somewhere else that you don't know what's going on. Their whole politics
It's
and all
crazy
that
right
out there.
now.
Yeah.
Everyone else can say whatever they want about California. Like, I'm not leaving. You guys just don't come visit then. Bye.
Right. Yeah. California is like the place you want to be for sure. But yeah. So when you came back and how when you got out of the military?
So I would have been, I was like 21, 22, and then I went to college, and then had a kid, divorced, and yeah,
Oh,
since then
okay.
I've been here.
So while you were in college, how long were you in college for, and where did you go for?
I was three. I did. It took me 3 years to get my degree in communications. So I was just going to school for the GI Bill because they pay you to go to school. So I was like, well, I'm going to get paid then. And I went to school in San Diego. It was amazing. I loved it. And yeah, it was real, but yeah, I wasn't like inspired to do anything. Right now I'm in school for music production. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, okay. So did you end up not finishing in San Diego?
I did. I just got a associate's degree, and then I wanted to get another degree.
Okay. So you weren't thinking about music at that time,
No, not at all.
playing
And
music?
then yeah, and then like last semester I started at school again last semester and with for music production. And so I've just been learning like different music production styles. It's pretty interesting classes they have.
Oh, okay. So recently you've been like into music, trying to just be into more things, put your music out, let it be known.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
yeah. So
that.
I've been like exploring different styles. I got really into cinematic music. But before, like I've always just been into like rock and punk. Now I'm like looking into like rap more, R&B more. just exploring a bunch of new styles just to see like what hasn't been done yet. Like what can people do? What sounds good? Like that other people aren't thinking about. You know, what can I bring to the forefront?
Trying to come up with a new wave and all that.
Mhm.
Someone in the comments wanted to ask, where can they find your music at, and where they
Oh,
can find
for
your
now,
beats and how you.
I just have my violin music up at Briana Plays Violin on TikTok. But message me there. I'll send you some beats. I'm working on making my own beats right now. I'm working on doing it in a different style. So if you want to experiment with stuff, like I'm open.
Right, y'all hear that? Tap in. We only get artists that I know that got potential on this platform
Mm,
for sure. But
yeah.
yes,
So
you you had your first kid. What age?
shit. I think that's 22. 22. Yeah. So
No.
yeah, 23. Yeah, 23. So he's 11 now.
So at 23, you had your first kid. Was was this to the? You said that your husband was a producer too,
No, this
who
is
made
for
violin.
he's from my ex husband from the Navy. But yeah, yeah. So my boyfriend right now, he's a producer. He's teaching my son to make beats too. He's making some pretty dope stuff. Like surprisingly for like a little kid, they can make some cool stuff because they're not like tied down by anything. Like they just do whatever they think sounds good, and like it's a whole different type of music. If you haven't listened to music made by kids, you should check it out. It's really interesting.
So do you guys be working together?
Yeah, yeah. So just last weekend,
Like
yeah, last weekend we started taking lessons together, from my boyfriend. So we'll just sit and practice keyboard together. We'll go through beats together. Like we ask each other's opinions on like, hey, does this sound good? Does this sound good? Like it's a really fun like
yeah,
family experience, and it's like so cool that we could do bond so well over music. It's like we both love.
I feel that. So do you both like boost each other up? Like
Yeah, yeah. Like we're like my whole house. Like we're all music people. We're all Pisces. We all just like love and support each other. We're always asking each other's opinions on stuff. Like it's really fun.
I feel that. I feel that. So have you shows recently performed at any venues?
No, I'm scared to perform live still. I'm working on it.
Oh,
But for now, I'm still too scared.
so you're still like, yeah, trying to like get over like camera shy and all that, trying to get
Yeah,
used to everything.
yeah. I really want to work on like perfecting my sound and like what artist am I? Who am I as an artist? Before I get into like doing that kind of stuff, I really want to decide on my
Hmm.
brand and like perfect everything.
Right, right. And do you have like any merch or brand like merch coming out?
No, I don't. But if there's anything you want to check out Keith Johnson Productions. That's my boyfriend's. He's an excellent producer, composer. He's taught me everything I know, and his stuff's really good. If you want to check out anything,
For sure, most definitely. And so you when did you start dropping like music on TikTok or of you playing the violin on TikTok?
probably about 6 months ago, I started doing that. I just wanted a place where I can like put out stuff that I know isn't perfect that other people can listen to and be like feel better, like because like what people put out is always like their top stuff, their best stuff. It's perfect, and like as like someone who is like newly listening to it, I was like, I wanted to hear what people like me sounded like. I wanted to like hear people struggling, and that's why like my stuff is not perfect when I put it out. When I put it out on TikTok, at least, because it's important for people to see the process too, and I want to give a voice to that too, as much as I want to like perfect what I do out in person, in public. I think like online, like it shouldn't be just people's like best moments. It should be everything. It's social media. That's what it's supposed to be. So that's what I really wanted to do with my social media and like make people know like it's okay to mess up. It's okay to not be perfect, and like you can still get your journey
Yeah.
started before everything's ready. So that's that's at least what I'm doing. I want to get that stuff better before I got in person. But as far as I feel like TikTok's for like TikTok online, that's for like drafts. That's like to see what people like. That's to get inspired by, and like so that's what I use it for.
And do you feel like TikTok's like a good platform to like promote your music on?
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Like because you can format your like you can like everything. What's the word? You can like pick and choose what you want to see on your feed. My feed is mostly like people of color playing violin. Like no one else is like that, and like other people who are looking for that, we can all find each other. And that's why I think it's a great platform because you get exposed to so much other stuff you didn't even know about. It's great.
Right. Right. So you, oh, do you have like any music coming out soon that you have already recorded, or you have
Uh,
anything
I have a few things
placed?
recorded. I'll probably put some stuff out this week. But basically, like whenever I find something I like and I like the sound, I'll just post it. Like the only reason I like to post it at like 3, 4 a.m. because that's when I'm like, all right, I like the sound of this. I'm gonna post it. But yeah, probably this week will be something coming out.
For that. For that. So while you were growing up in LA, was there any like gangs around you? Any like drug? Like you seen a lot of like any drug usage, or were
Oh,
you pretty much like in an environment where you didn't see any of that happening?
my family was super strict, but like my cousins and stuff, like I've lost a few cousins to gang violence. I've lost a few cousins to drugs. Like it just kind of happened. It's just normal around here. And like I remember, like in high school or in class, like one of my science partners, I think, got shot in the middle of our project, and I just remember, like, of course, like it just becomes kind of normal to you after a while.
Oh, okay. So he ended up getting shot. You said in front of a. It was in front of. It wasn't in front of you, right? You just heard about it, or.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. So that. So that made you like. Did it change your mindset? Like, oh, I can't be outside or anything.
yeah.
Or
I mean,
did that make you
I
want
was
to
an
go into the
inside person
military
anyway,
more?
so yeah, I was always inside anyway, so it's kind of like I mean, you just kind of know to stay inside a lot. It's safer that
Right,
way.
right, right, right. And okay, so right now you're doing music. What made you want to push like your music more and like just be out there more?
Just my partner, like he's such a great producer and composer. Like he really put like cause he writes stuff and he wants me to play in it. So like now I have to get good enough to like play with as a professional. I have to get as good as him. So it really pushes me to practice a lot to like stay on top of my stuff, stay on top of my technique drills, all my it's a lot, but it's worth it.
Okay, so he taught you like the basics and everything and how to do it, and he pushes you.
Yeah.
What made you like think like, oh, like when you first started playing started playing the violin, and then till now, what made you think like, oh, like I'm good at this, I'm gonna keep doing it? Like,
Um,
did it take you like a few tries or?
I wasn't good at first. I really wasn't, and I still don't think I'm that great. But it's just so addicting to like play something right, to like hear something and be like, I want to learn how to play that, and then to play it, and then you get it. Like it's so addicting. Like now you're like, I can play that song whenever I want to. Like I can. Someone's coming
Yeah.
over. Like I can show off if I want to, and like it just feels so good to have that sense of accomplishment, and like to have like no one
Right.
can take that away from you.
Right. 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 So, do you feel like the way that you play the violin, that you're better, like you're good at it, like you could be better, or do you feel like you already topped everything?
Or I can get so much better, you know. But like, if you feel like you've accomplished everything, then like you probably don't even know how much left there is. You know, like you gotta always keep practicing. There's always something you get better at. You know, some of the most insane, most talented musicians in the world, they practice hours a day. So I'm never gonna think I'm better than that.
Right. And how I wanted to get into like how's your process like coming up with like new music? Like how does that go?
Um, So a lot of times I spend my weekend in my garage in my studio. I spend like from Friday afternoon to Sunday afternoon in my studio, just like sometimes I'll play along to someone freestyling. Sometimes I'll play some like beautiful lyrical classical piece because I saw Swan Lake last night. Like it just really I just go in with the intentions of learning something and writing something. Like it doesn't matter what it is, I just have to write something. And I always do. And it's just like it's just the sense is you just gotta know where your mind's gonna be and you gotta put your mind in the right place. And that's what I do every weekend and I always manage to write something that I like.
Oh, okay. So do you also write music too? Like,
Yeah, so I write violin music. I also compose classical pieces and cinematic pieces. But I just started doing that, so I'm not that great yet. But so yeah, so like I do beats
oh,
on the producer side too.
and do you do this on like just the regular instruments, or do you use the whole setup like in the studio doing it?
So I got trained on Pro Tools. So that's what I use to make beats usually, and then I'll just play it on the keyboard too or on the violin too, depending on what I want it to sound like.
Oh, okay, okay. And how long would it take you, like, just to come up with one set, like one song track? How long does that
It
take?
could be like 10 minutes. It could be like a whole week. It depends. Sometimes it just speaks to you. I think like last like Sunday, I wrote two full songs in like an hour, and I was like, I don't know what to do with them now, so I just went to sleep. But yeah, you never know how
Oh,
long.
okay. So it took you that, yeah. And do you be like up all night just making the music, or do you take breaks?
No, I go on. I'll stay awake for a whole weekend straight. Like, and sometimes like you start going crazy a little bit, hallucinating, and that's when like you're at your best. That's when I write my best stuff when I'm like going crazy a little bit because I've been up too long.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel that. Yeah, I think we're cutting out again. I'm, hold on, I'm trying to get you back on. Oh, we back. There we go. Yeah, before we wait, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to say before we go, uh, I wanted to you want to let the people know where they can find you, where your music is, and what next projects you're coming out with.
Sure. So you can find me on TikTok. My name is Briana Plays Violin. That's Briana Plays Violin. I have some new stuff coming out this week. It's gonna be a surprise because I have a lot to pick from. But stay tuned. Follow me on TikTok if you want to see it.
Right. And you got any advice for like people doing the same thing as you that want to play the violin and also want to do something with their
Yeah,
career?
dude. If you're gonna play violin, rent one from a good violin shop. Trust that not everyone is as good as you think they are, and everyone's going through it just like you are. It sucks. It's hard. You're gonna get through it, and you're gonna get better.
Right. For sure. All right. Thanks for having you on this platform. We're for
All
sure
right.
gonna have you on again. Do like some podcasts. This was the
Awesome.
spoken words interview.
Awesome. That
And
sounds great.
all right. I'll see
All right,
y'all.
thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Bye.
for sure. All right. Y'all tap in. And that's it for today. Let's go.